Well, happy Wednesday and welcome back to Tim's Brick Adventures. Today, we are going to talk about signature figures, or Sigfigs as they're known in the trade. I've had mine for quite a few years, and it was my understanding when I first made mine, it was just something fun everybody did, and you'd take them around and you'd put them in pictures and stuff like that. But I have learned that in the YouTube community, especially, everybody trades them. So in shares, and so thought I'd, and always trying to keep up with new and exciting things. Thought I'd come out and talk a little bit about the Sigfig and show you the few that I have that I've been able to trade for, and kind of talk a little bit about how I came up with mine and just what they're all about. If you don't know, if you know, you may know more than me, but it's fun. It's like the trading cards of Lego. So like I said, I made mine oh gosh, probably 5-6 years ago. And when I started out, my figure was I made this one. And the overalls, because I grew up, my grandfather was a carpenter, and in the little farm town I grew up in, a lot of people wore overalls. And so when I was really doing a lot of carpentry work up there, I had a remodeling business in Dallas area. And so I really got back into wearing overalls and stuff. So I loved them. And so as kind of a joke to my family, because they don't really care for them very much. And so I like to wear them and do things with, and kind of make a hard time for them. So that's where I came up with. That was kind of a fun thing for me, and it just kind of stuck. Now, the arms, I wear tank tops almost all the time. So, and even back in the day, I usually wore kind of a muscle shirt with no sleeves on it. So to be authentic, I got rid of the sleeves. Macho man. But this is my original one. And as you can see, after much research, this is actually the Dumbledore head. I can't tell if that's focusing or not. And so my current Sigfig that I'm trading, I went and found a Lego or a original Lego head that fit pretty close. The sad part is there's only 2 heads that I can find that really match me. This one's perfect, but the cost is just too much to try and the availability to get enough of them to keep making a bunch of him. So I recently went this route. Same thing, just I'm yellow, the original Lego figure now. And sad to say, there's a lot of these heads and torsos and stuff, but they're hard to find in any great quantity. So I'm picking them up when I can. And then I got to always, I made it tougher for myself, because then I got to switch out the arms. But I want a true representation of me. And so when I originally came out with my figure, then I decided, I'm a complicated person. So I do like I said, I wear shorts and tank top pretty much 365 days of the year down here in Houston. Even when it gets to 40, 50 degrees, then I'll put a polo or t-shirt on. But this is pretty much so. Even found the long hair. Now, as you can see, I got a haircut. So I have both styles of hair. I've got the short and the long. But I'm thinking, and I originally, when I made my figure, I went with dark tan instead of the dark brown. And everybody said, oh, your hair's not that light. But as you can see, I'm thinking I need to go with the dark tan. So I may be swapping out and going with the dark tan. But I did this one. And I don't know why. I need to really start looking hard again for more tank tops. I don't really particularly like that one, but that was the only tank top I could find. And then back in my detective days, and for many years afterwards, I always liked wearing Hawaiian shirts. So I've got my Hawaiian shirt, Tim, and I can't remember. That was the other thing, finding shorts and shoes. The Simpsons figures were where I found most of my leg parts. So there again, you know, hard to find parts in a great quantity. So that's why I went with my tried and true overalls. And then many of you know I am a Batman fan. And so when they did, this is from, I think, the CMF Series 2. So the Batman shirt. And my mom actually made me a one-of-a-kind, and sometime I might show it on here, Hawaiian Batman shirt. I found some really cool Batman material. Doesn't look like this at all. It's actually got Batman and stuff on it. But I don't know that I can fit it in anymore. So this is my Batman fan sig fig. Let's see. The fun thing about sig figs, so, you know, you can do create lots of things. So I'm always, and some of you know on my Facebook, whenever we have birthdays or holidays and stuff, and I include the family, I always try and do something with Lego because that's kind of my thing. So I did. I have had for several years now. They've kind of evolved. The family. I've got my wife. That's pretty close. She likes purple, so I gave her a purple outfit. Now, she doesn't typically wear that long sleeves, but, you know, you got to do what you got to do. And then my daughter, she went back and forth. We had a hard time finding hair, but she's really short, so I give her the short legs, and we have a good time with that. Her mom's not much taller, so my son said we need to give her short legs too. So come Christmas or her birthday, which is coming up, we may give her short legs. Speaking of my son, there's him. And this actually turned out perfect because he wears hoodies and he wears black all the time. So the wild style and that, it helped out a lot. And that hairdo is pretty darn close to what he really has. And then I don't want to leave out my son-in-law. So that's pretty close to him. And then I had to, for right now, y'all know I'm a grandpa now with my baby Graham. He may end up in a video sooner or later. So I just, he straight out of the city set. Actually, yeah, right here. It's even still here where I pulled it out. So this city set is where Graham came from. So that's a fun thing with the sig figs. So now I was saying, these have kind of become, or I've learned, popular with trading and stuff. And so I was going to share, I've got a few that I have managed to trade. One of the few. So I've got Haley for Haley Bricks. And so, and I will put links to all of these. If they have a Instagram or YouTube, I will put a link because they're all super duper people and you really need to check them out. There's Joey Maluso. Let's see. And he's got, I think he might have more than one YouTube channel, but Maniac for Bricks is his thing. And Joey's well known, and he's a good friend of mine. We've worked on the Brick Fair work crew a couple of times now. And I think he made it to, now I can't remember if he was in Alabama or not. But anyway, good friend, really enjoy his hanging with him. So, and he had a fig to trade with me. Another Joey. So we got Joey and Heather. They have brick trains, and they actually got to meet them in person in Alabama. Great people. Hang with them. They actually helped Julian, aka Bricksmith, give me that award, my award for the best Western at Alabama. So that was awesome. And I was talking about Julian Bricks, aka Bricksmith. He has over 100 sig figs that he has collected over the years, and I will try and find a picture from Brick Fair, Alabama. He has a train that was built for his pink castle, and he has all these sig figs on train cars. It's really impressive because they're all sig figs, no just made up figures. Then of course we got Howie from Howie Stuff and Howie.com. he's a good friend, and he and I actually roomed together and worked together in Brick Fair, New Jersey last year. So that's his figure. And then another friend, YouTube friend that I met in Alabama, we got Willie, and he's New Brick, Tennessee, New Brick TN. And so he happened to have some Sigfigs, and I may owe him one, because I don't remember if I had these new Sigfigs yet when I went to Alabama or not. But so there's a few of these people I may owe Sigfigs to. But that's him. So now, let's see, I know everybody from season 3. They're all friends. Have met in various places. And so I've got a few of them. I got to trade. I saw Liz she was in Virginia. So we were able to trade figs. So that's her minifig. And then Stephen Jew, who is one of the firefighters. And he happened to have one of his figs, and so we were able to trade. And making stickers too is kind of what a lot of them do. I forgot my sticker. I made one for the channel. So maybe someday figure out a way that you really hardcore subscribers and fans can get one of these too. We'll figure that part out. And then last but not least, Patrick Durham, one of the grandpappies. He is a super duper Star Wars fan, and he has a giant Mustafar build that he had in Alabama, and then he brought it again to Virginia. So this is kind of his special he came up with for his Sigfig, and it's perfect because he has a uniform just about like this. So it can be a lot of fun, and I encourage everybody to create your own. There are a lot of, take them and take pictures of them and of different places you go. A lot of people, this is Brick and Nick, who was also one of the season 3. He didn't have a Sigfig, but he had his Brick with him, so I traded him out the Brick for one of my figures when I saw him there in Virginia. So it's just kind of a fun thing to do. You just want to, when you're creating them, you want to do a little homework and see how available, the torso and the legs and, the face, particularly the heads, how available they are and how expensive they are, because that's why I had to go with a more original Lego head and torso or color, because the other ones just are too hard and too expensive to make any great quantity of. And a lot of people do. I know some of the Manny and Nestor from season 1, they have minifigs too, but they have custom made ones, so they have to charge something for them. So I haven't purchased any. Eventually, work on that or figure out if they'll trade. But so there can be some expense, and I've thought at times about maybe doing some kind of custom Tim. But for right now, this works pretty good. And this is kind of, like I said, I love my overalls. Kind of hard to wear them down here in Houston. It's just too hot. But when I can, I do. So, and when I go up home to work at my mom's house in Kansas, usually it's in the winter time, so I get to wear them up there. And by the way, I wear them with no sleeves, even 20 degrees at no sleeves. So I keep with the, it's a true rendition of me. So for once, I got kind of a short video because I didn't have a lot of figs to share, but I did want to, like I said, I want to try and keep it new and fresh and come up with some things that I haven't seen anybody else do, or if they have, I haven't seen it yet. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope it inspires you to dig out your parts and make you a figure, or if somebody out there wants to trade with me, well, let me know and we'll work out a trade, because I really do want to build up my collection. I know it'll never be like Julian's, but he knows everybody. He's the Grand Poobah, the Pink Bucket Nation. He's one of the original Lego YouTube community people that got it going. Actually, I learned Haley, she's kind of the queen. So some good people. And like I said, check out all their sites, YouTube sites in the below, and see what they're all about. And until next time, I appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed it. Y'all be good. We'll see you next week.